morning, beautiful, and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus, where we are going to be spending about the next 30 minutes together enjoying Jesus with some beauty on the outside and some beauty on the inside. So the foundation verse for this podcast is, I have hidden your word in my heart that I may not sin against you. And that comes from Psalm 119, verse 11. And our scripture memory from 2023 is going to come from The Word in Color, which is a wire-bound coloring book. You can see that link right here, and then it'll also be in the description of this podcast as well. So we just finished up our verse from last week. I'm going to put that on the screen there for you now. So you got a little peek at it. Close your eyes, though, and I want to see if you can say it from memory. You ready? Okay. The grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of the Lord endures forever. 1 Peter 1, 24 and 25. And I'm sure you have had as much fun as I did memorizing that verse this past week. And for this week, we have a new verse. Our verse this week is going to be, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And that comes from Philippians 4:13. So we will be working on that all day today and then throughout this next week. All right. So today we're going to be playing with a few different things. We're going to use a little primer. We're going to do some light contouring. I'm going to use a new color palette that I haven't used before. So I'm super excited about that. So whether you decide to go with the colors that I have chosen, the palette I've chosen or not, as long as you have colors that, work together, there's a light, a dark, and a medium. And then for today, you're going to need a topper as well. As long as you have those things, doesn't matter what color you have chosen or what palette you have chosen, this will work for you. So let's kind of dive in today. We are going to be starting with the Urban Decay All Nighter Primer. That's just one pump on that middle finger there. Kind of work it together, let it get a little warm, and then put that in. There you go. Just all over the face. Let that even out. It's going to help those fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to minimize your pores. It's going to help your foundation to last longer. I like to put it over my lips too to help my lipstick wear a little bit better as well. So that's one of my favorite things. Then we are going to be using the It Cosmetics by Under Eye. I absolutely love this concealer. It has such fantastic coverage that I actually kind of use it like a color corrector because the coverage is so fantastic. So we're just going to use a little finger full of that. We're going to put that on and let that kind of set and warm up a little bit, because the warming of your body to that concealer is what's going to help that to blend out remarkably well. So we're just going to spread that a little bit, let that set for a second. And my sponge of choice is going to be the Beauty Blender. Oh, excuse me. Going to be the Beauty Blender from Real Techniques. This is called the Magic Air Blend Sponge. The thing that I like about this one is that the pores of this sponge make it to where it doesn't absorb so much of your makeup. More of it ends up on your face, not in the sponge. Nobody needs an expensive sponge. So highly recommend this one. We're just going to use that, the pointed end of that to blend that out, kind of using the concealer as an eyeshadow primer of sorts. There we go. Removing all that redness. I don't know, maybe you're blessed and you don't have that, but there you go. And then we're going to top that with the Lancome Tinty Doll, and I am shade 215. That is a buff neutral. I know that we do shade matching at my store, so if you don't love the shade that you're wearing, come on in. We'll get you shade matched so that you can have the right shade, and it's just going to take like about a quarter of a pump for each section that I'm doing. Break it down into, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. So I always start in the center and then work my way out. Just kind of making it an even playing field of color here. Another pump, well, partial pump. I don't like to get it in my hair. Another partial pump for the other side. A lot of people use like a spa headbands or some kind of headband to hold your head back, your hair back. I don't really have enough hair for that. We're going to do another partial pump. Going to blend that out to the neck. I just love the faces that people make while they're putting on their makeup. Okay, there we go. And our final pump is going to complete the foundation coverage on the forehead. And we want to go pretty much up into that hairline a little bit. You don't want a line of demarcation between your, well, good shade matching. You're not going to see the line anyways. But we're just going to even that out. A little tapping, little swiping. There we go. Kind of avoiding the brows a little bit because we don't want to goop up the brows with that foundation. There we go. All right. And then today's going to be a little different because today I'm going to be using some Fenty contour sticks. I know she was at the Super Bowl. It just felt like the thing to do. So the shade that I have is Amber. So we are going to start with that. And no, we're not going to leave it like that. So now that we got that in there, we're just going to use the pointy end of that beauty blender and blend that out. Doing that contouring right here in an upward motion so that we're lifting the face shape an upward way. There we go. All right. And in a turn of events, I'm actually going to put the blush on last. I could not find my Fenty blush. So we are going to do the highlighting. We're going to do the highlighting and then we're going to put the blush on. So the highlighter is going to go all those places where you want the light to be. Definitely like to hit this area right here. And then we use the other end of the beauty blender to just blend that out. Give us a little illumination. All right, and then we're going to need some color because now we have no color. So this blush palette is the Too Faced Christmas in New York. It's called Park Avenue Princess. It is a powder blush in pink. Oh my gosh, I love this color. You got to see this. Is that not beautiful? That is just gorgeous. Okay. So let's look at our verse again together. Our verse for this week is going to be, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. All right. Now we're going to move on to the lips here. I am using the NYX Line Loud and Hottie Hijacker. Now that's going to help the lipstick to stay kind of in its place. But I'd like to add a little more definition and depth. So I'm going to use just a little bit lighter of a touch and come inside the line that I just did. And then just kind of blend it out by smushing those lips. There we go. Just checking the lines. All right. And today we are going to be using the MAC lipstick. This is their matte lipstick in Flat Out Fabulous. All right. Love that color. And today we're going to be using a new eyeshadow palette. This is Juvia's Place. This is Culture. Oh my gosh, wait till you see the colors in this thing. Check that out. Are those not spectacular? We're going to be using this pink column right here. We're going to be using Calabash, Kobo, Effique, and Benin. So those are going to be our colors for today. I'm fighting a cord here. There we go. All right, so it is going to take 3 different sizes of brushes. These 2 are exactly the same. One's going to be for the lighter color, one's for the darker color. If you have one of those sponge change things, you can just use one brush. And then this is just a shadow liner brush. So we'll be using all of those today. We're going to start out with the lightest color, which is the Benin. Just load that brush up a little bit, get some up here. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. A little on the other side. We're just going to go from the brow bone up to the eyebrow, just under the bottom of the eyebrow, making sure that we're evenly distributing the color. We don't got any light spots, dark spots, that kind of thing. Now we're going to use the other brush, and we're going to use the darker color, and that is Kobo. Oh, spectacular. Look at that. And Kobo is going to go from the lash line up to that brow bone where we just put Benin. And then just kind of rub over where those 2 things meet each other and let them blend out together. Do the same thing on the other side. And then just go over that spot where the 2 of them are merging together. There we go. All right. Beautiful already. So we want to add a little highlighting, if you will, and then we'll put the topper on. So I'm actually going to take this brush right here, which is kind of a bullet tip, and we're going to use that in the lighter highlighter color. In this case, it's Effique. So you're just going to put some on the inside of it, and we're going to put it right in here and on the inside of the eye right there. Okay. And we are going to use this is the NYX retractable in black. And then we're also going to use the KVD tattoo liner. I think this is in Trooper Black. So we'll be using those 2 to kind of finish out the eye look. And then we'll put the, no, actually, let's put the topper on first. Okay, so we're going to use the Calabash. This one's just a finger thing. So I usually use my middle finger. You're just going to tap it into that Calabash Get a little bit on there, about like that, and then just tap it right into that eye. A little more depending on the level of illumination you want. Oh my gosh, that is just so beautiful. Okay, you can just see how that is shimmering and sparkling away. All right, so back to the NYX liner. I just like to have it come out just a little tiny bit. And here we go. Due to the shape of my eye, I'm just going to go about halfway across. There we go. On the bottom, it's just going to go right along that lash line, about halfway as well. Now that looks a little bit harsh right now. No worries, we're going to fix that. So now that we've got that in place, we're going to take the liner brush that we have. I'm going to put that in the, I think I'll use the Kobo, which was my darker color. Just give it a couple of taps to where just the end of it has a little loaded on it. And then we're just going to go over that liner, bring it into the inside, and soften that line we just did. There we go. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Going to go to the KVD liner now, and this is the KVD tattoo liner, the liquid liner. That just needs to get shook up a little bit before you put it on, and we're going to line. I like the lashes to set on a nice liquid line. Helps them to adhere a little bit better in my experience. I don't want a thick line. I just need a little line. There we go. Get it on the other side. Okay. While that is drying, we are going to move to the brows. So the first thing that we're going to do is take a spoolie. I'm going to clean those brows out a little bit. Just make sure we don't got excessive amount of eyeshadow in there. Don't have foundation in there. All right. And now we're going to take our brow. This is actually, what is the name of this? This is Posilian eyebrow gel. Because I have fashion colors, I like to have pink if my hair is pink. So that's just me. And we're just going to lightly go onto those brow hairs there, kind of ruffling them up so they all get covered. There we go. And let's catch that aside. Yeah, for me, it almost blends in with the eyeshadow colors, so kind of cool. Okay, let's get a little bit of that there. There we go. God did not bless me with wonderfully thick brows, which happens to be a trend right now. So, but I am all set when it rolls back around to skinny brows. And my friends, it will roll back around to that. Okay, there goes our brows. And now that we are ready for our lashes, we're just going to make sure that we don't have anything unnecessary on the face there. And now this week I'm gonna wear the Nubia's Place Royalty Lashes. This is from Juvia's Place. These are so beautiful. I like them because they give you enough volume, but it's not like overly volumizing. So these lashes, the glue that she has made is super, it gets super tacky really fast. So you don't have a lot of dry down time. Pretty much once you get the second set glued on, it's all ready to go. And this is her glue right here, the Juvia's glue. So we are just going to take these lashes right here and we're going to get glue on the band. And I like to get a little bit on the lower back side here. Oops. How about if we don't bring that hair with us? Making sure that we hit those corners really good because you don't want any lifting. That's not fun. That's a very annoying pinch. So if you've ever felt that pinch, that's what's happening. You've got lifting. Okay, now we're going to catch the other one. All right. Making sure we catch that underside and those corners really well. Like that one had a hair, tried to join it too. Super fun. Okay. There we are. Now that that glue is on that second lash, the first one is already ready to go. So we are going to grab that with the tool here, and we're just going to set it in the middle right on that lash line. Oh, I'm going to try that again. Every once in a while you get a little glue on your little tool. There you go. Here we go. Get the inside corner and then catch that outside corner. There we go. On to the other one, which should be ready now. All right. Set that corner down. And let's walk that around. Okay. Just going to set these and make sure they are all good to go. Now you'll notice that I did skip a step. What was that step? Putting mascara on my blonde lashes. If this happens to you, no worries. Just put mascara on after the fact. So we're going to give those lashes just a minute to kind of dry. So while we're doing that, let's just say our verse together. I have a hair tickling me. There we go. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. We are going to hope about now that these lashes are fairly good to go. So I am using the Tartelette Tubing Mascara today. This is one of my favorites. It is not a waterproof. It is a water resistant. So you can cry, you can go swimming or whatever. It's not going to go anywhere. But it doesn't need special makeup remover wipes or anything for it to come off. So we are going to take this and actually help the wand to get those lashes colored and then just nestled up in there. Got a little lifting here. So let's just grab this, put that back down. There we go. Stay where I want you. And now my lashes match in color. Oh, this side behaved much better. Okay, let's catch those bottom lashes, which is one of my favorite lashes. All right, on to the other side. All right. So the final step, what we have here is going to be our Urban Decay De-Slick. I have combo oily skin. I like a matte finish. So this is going to be what we are going to set it with. You're just going to use that. Fan that down, let that dry. There you go. So now we have our shadow is all completed. We've got our brows done. We've got our lips on. We've got a little bit of contouring. We are all good to go for the day. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been an amazing time being with you. I will tell you that if you need to get shade matched or you need anything at all, you come see me at my store in Midlothian. We will be happy to help you out. So again, our verse for today is going to be, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And that's Philippians 4:13. If you do not already have your coloring book so that you got all your verses, you got a plan, spend some time saying that verse over and over again in your head while you're doing that coloring page. It is the Word in Color wire-bound coloring book, and the link is below. This is an affiliate link, so it's kind of like giving me a tip when you use that link. Thank you in advance for that. So you can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcast platform, YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram. I think you get the point. So until we meet again next time, friends, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. Numbers 6:24 through 26. Father, I thank you so much for all the friends that have come and joined me today, whether they're live in person with me or they are catching this later on. Father, I just pray that you would be with them this week, that you would guide their thoughts, their words, and their deeds until we meet again, that you would help us to remember to hide your word in our heart as we work on this verse together. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much, and I sure hope that you have a beautiful week this week. Bye until next time.